We're live. We're live. We're live. No, I was just telling my wife that I earlier today, or just now, I dropped my fabulous piece of cords onto my brand new cell phone, and I was scared that I broke the screen because I've almost done it before. And what I hadn't told you is earlier when I was taking images of the cards for social, I dropped my obsidian sphere, my brand new obsidian sphere, onto my brand new selenite wand. And I have a nice little crack in it now. It's itty bitty, like you can't really see it, but I know it's there, and it's not like damage beyond use. It's just like, how do you drop one thing on another on another thing? How does that happen? How does that happen? Anywho, you guys, thank you so much for coming in. I'm Abby. I'm this weird random person who is reading tarot cards, slinging cards today for everyone. I'll be taking all sorts of questions. I don't really want to do any limits as of right now. Hi, Miss Lori. We're now no topic specific, just feel like, sharing the tarot reading love. So that's what I'll be doing for you all. I have a question that I'll start off with just to kind of get the juices flowing. And yep, we'll be doing this live. That's always like the recurrent question that comes up is like, hey, when will this happen again? Hi, Priscilla. And we're doing this as of right now every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Seattle, because that's where I'm from. That's where I'm at. Here. Hey, hi, Jesus. I'm so glad that you're here, and we will pull your questions. So remember, we didn't get a chance to take care of you last week, so I'm so glad that you came back to join us and play in the sandbox. This is going to be like a tarot reading sandbox or something. I don't know. As she's laughing at me. So just so that you know that I'm not channeling ghosts from beyond the grave, my wife is sitting over here to my right. So she is going to be helping me with moderating, and she'll be selecting questions. I get to focus on just reading and taking care of and try to like read the occasional comments. I'm mostly focusing on reading, and she'll be feeding me info as I need it. But I thought I would also share, we have this new addition in my life, which is we're calling them successories now. So instead of accessories, they're successories. There you go. And there's like little jewelry pieces that I tend to wear all the time that just make me happy, make me all glowy. And I know y'all have seen my disco ball ring, which it's a cheapie, it's cute, it's funny to me, I love it. And I have this other like obnoxious big old thing, and now I have buffalo teeth and then I turned into earrings, and they're heavy, so I may take them out later, but they're my accessories. So yeah, I get to wear them because they make me feel a little extra, and who can't use a little bit of that in their life? But all right, you guys, I will go ahead and start pulling cards. So let me pull our first question that Miss April Lewis gave us earlier. She brought up an interesting topic that I kind of wanted to chit chat and get everybody else's opinion on as well. Miss April, she was asking about things have been really hard for her lately. And her following question was, has her luck run out? And something that my wife and I was talking about a little bit was the idea that luck was quantifiable, and that it could possibly no longer exist, or it could possibly run out, like your bank account, like you run out of cash before you get paid again. Excuse me. And it's just, I don't subscribe to that idea. It's not something that I necessarily I think is true. I like the idea of luck. I think you can align things so that things will work a little bit more in the direction that you want to, or in your favor, or things like that. But I don't necessarily think of luck as something that is run outable. Just as an Abby, I believe that you have to take responsibility for your actions and your life and your circumstances. As far as have always been taught, like we are like the creators of our own little universes. And if things are going hard for us, then there's a common link between us and that event, or that space of things not working correctly for us. So, I mean, that's the same message to any one of you. If there's something going on in your environment that you do not like, first thing to changing that is knowing that you even have any responsibility towards it. Now, you may not like that you have responsibility to it, but honey, you made a choice or two that got you into the position in which you're at. And if you're not willing to own up and accept that, then there is no way that anyone can read cards long enough. Anyone can do fairy dust long enough. There's no way that stars will align long enough to clear that up and clear that out for you. So responsibility for me is that big master thing. You if you're not willing to take it, then we don't need to chat. We don't need to chat. But outside of that, Miss April asked, let's see what's going on for her, see where her headspace is at, and we'll be a little bit vague. She didn't give me something super specific to work with, but let's see what's going on for Miss Lewis, and then maybe pull cards as to what we can do to help her feel better. I decided I wanted to use my True Black tarot cards that I got for my birthday. My mom actually got these for me, and then we promptly argued afterwards because we did not agree on a birthday budget. And these were more expensive than she really wanted to spend. And I'm like, anyway, that's a whole other story. Whole other story. So Miss April, what's going on with you? We got the first card that came out. There we go. Whoops, that'll work. Oh, that's a lot. Let's flip that back in. It's like half the deck fell out. I'm like, that's not going to work. Okay, we got 3 cards. We'll start there. So just to show you all what I have, and then we'll work forward from there. I have the Knight of Wands. She's reversed. I have the 5 of Wands. That is also reversed. And then the 2 of Pentacles upright. So just as a 3-card spread for her, she reminds me, or her energy reminds me of somebody that is running around in circles, trying to, efforting their way through things and not getting a lot done. So when you combine the 2 of Pentacles, which is very much the balancing act and trying to get things done and being a little bit of a, well, that's a ferret if you can't quite, there it is. Yeah, he's a ferret. So he's super busy. He's smart. He's trying to get things done. But with the energy of this, this super defensive, super proud, and energetic, there you go, whole card, energetic person. It's running around in circles. So there's not the focus that is necessary to get anything done. So the energy that I'm picking up from her question and then like the spread, it's talking to me a little bit or a lot of bit about her lack of focus, her lack of direction. So she's not made decisions. Her lack of making decisions is leading to a lot of the chaos. So she keeps changing her mind on what she wants, where she's going. So with that, it's like everything is doing that number and having a hard time keeping up with anything. So my dear, because I'll be showing this to her later, is let's figure out a way or what we can do to help get you a little bit more alignment. So for that, I'm going to switch over to my Osho. I'm going to put these cards up on my keyboard. You can't see it, but they're all nicely lined up in a row. And let's see how we can get Miss April to start feeling a little bit better. First, start feeling a little bit better. 1. Start off with 3. We'll read more if we need to. Okay. So it seems as though she could be suffering from a little bit of that. This would actually be very, very useful for her. And then the innocence and keeping a light heart. So focus, I see that that's probably an issue that she's got going on. So let's focus on these 2. So this is sharing along with innocence. Something that she is doing or something that she needs to do is like getting in partnership and getting out with other people, getting around other people who probably a little bit more successful or energetic than her or focused than her. She could use a lot of mentoring or being around people who are a little bit more grown up regarding like hopes, dreams, ambitions, success, and the drives that she's trying to do or the things that she's trying to change. She needs to get around people who are doing better so that she can see that one better exists and it's obtainable. And then start making like little process plans to start getting her out of the chaos fog, the spinnies, and into something that's a little bit more methodical instead of spinning around in circles and wondering why you're dizzy. Like actually use some of that energy and channel it into making a plan, getting a strategy built up, deciding what you're going to be doing next, actually following a process. So channeling that excess energy into something a little bit more constructive and actually getting the things done. Keeping a light heart about it is always going to be useful in that kind of scenario, because it's when you start comparing yourself to others or giving yourself like what you think it should be instead of what it actually is. That's, you start pushing your head up or beating your head up against a brick wall. It's useless and not useful at all to anybody running up on that on your head. So Miss April, I'll totally be sending this out to you so that you can let me know how on point, if it is, and what we can do to help you start feeling a little bit better. But I'm gonna put these away and continue on to our next question. So Jesus, how have I been blocking myself from my abilities, and what should I be focusing on? Abilities. How have you been blocking yourself for your abilities? Okay, let's see what shows up for you. I think I'll do my Rider-Waite, and we may transition back over here, but we'll see. Well, have you been blocking yourself for your abilities? And what should you be focusing on? How's he been blocking himself? Have you been blocking yourself? Okay. I have for you, my dear, I have the Fool reversed. I also have the Ace of Cups reversed along with the High Priestess. So for me, what I'm reading on those three is I was right there and I missed it. It's like when you hear a whisper and it just flies by. The Fool reversed reminds me of when you have your head in the clouds, but you're nervous or you're insecure or you don't trust what is happening. It's like you're watching your feet instead of watching what's ahead. So that one, right immediately, if any ability whatsoever, if you're in that walkway, you're walking down that method or that education or that walkway, that path, that whatever it is that you're trying to learn or trying to hone. But if you don't trust, if you don't listen to it, to yourself, if you don't listen to how you're feeling, or if you're second guessing how you're feeling, then that's going to be the immediate roadblock that's going to show up for you and prevent you from making any progress. So if you have a problem with self-doubt, and the only reason I asked that is because you got the High Priestess that came out at the end of this. If you're having a thing with self-doubt, then working on trusting anything and everything that comes to you, to your abilities, to your strength, and know that it's a skill, it's a muscle. Trust is a muscle. It has to be worked. If you do not exercise trust, if you do not work trust, if you do not work your ability, then it will not grow. It will not continue to develop. And that would be a very strong blocker for you developing any of your talents, any of your skills, or anything that you are wanting to develop. Let's see what you should be focusing on. Let's see. What should Jesus be focusing on? So the first card that jumped out for you is the Two of Swords. So what came to mind is your ability to see through, and let me give you a description because I don't know if there's a word for this. If you've ever talked to someone and you immediately know that they're lying, or you immediately know that they're hiding something, that conversation, when you can feel that there's not an alignment with what they're saying and what actually happens, it seems like working on that element of maybe what's going on around you, or the people that you're around, things of that nature, like that seems to be the skill set that I would say work on. And I also think it would serve you. So I don't know if that may be like part of your work, or if that's part of like your job situation. Maybe you have friends that are a little less than honest. Figuring out a way to bring out the truth. If it's learning better questioning, or trusting your intuition, asking different questions when you're starting to realize that things aren't lining up. I think that might be a win for you, my sir. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we got a chance to actually answer your question this time, because we know we missed you last week. But thank you so much, Mr. Seuss. All right, let's see who we have next. Shanice. Oh, will you be denied for your security license? Why are you scared about your security license? Oh, I hope not. Like, unless it's a good thing, and then I don't know. Let's see. Let's just do a quick yes or no on that, and see what's going on there for you, my dear. But Jesus, I would love to hear your thoughts on what I just read for you. If it makes sense, if it resonates at all, let me know. Because I love hearing. I love knowing. So yeah, let's find out if you will be denied. I don't like starting with denied. Like, that's just immediately walking in. I don't want this, you know? So if you don't mind, let's flip it. Like, will you get your security license? How about oh, you're very welcome, Jesus. But Miss Shanice, let's say, will you get your security license? How about we do that? Will you get your security license? 1, 2, 3. You get your security license. So I have for you 3 of Cups reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, with the Ace of Cups. So, that one's a mixed bag. It almost feels like you don't want it. So you may need to help me clarify as to like what's going on with that, because that's a mixed bag from like your question to like what I'm pulling up. So it's like, this is very much like the party, like the excitement, the people who are in your corner, in your team about this, and then there's the disappointments of it. Both of these being reversed, it's like, okay, so you don't want this license, but then again, you very much do. So I wonder, like, what else is going on with that? Because usually when in those kind of scenarios, there's like, yes, I want it, but crap, it's going to change my life in a way that I don't necessarily think I'm prepared or ready to deal with right now. So you kind of want it, but you kind of don't. So, will you get your license? I have more reverse cards than upright cards, so I would say that you're leaning on the denial. But that Ace of Cups, though, it's pretty heavy. So that's a pretty good balancing act right there, hon. So I would love to know more as to why this question for you and what's going on. So having a little bit more of the backstory might be able to help me understand this a little bit better, and give you better, like maybe we can ask a different question that actually gets to the heart of what you mean, instead of just walking in, are we going to get denied? So come back with that one, dearie. Come back with that one. Let's move on. Oh, yes, you guys can follow me on, of course, the Facebooks. You can like me. You can follow. I have all sorts of content. This week has been a little bit all over the place. I celebrated my 5-year wedding anniversary on Sunday. And Sunday is usually the day that I get all this social stuff set up, and I didn't do it. So this week has been a little less than ideal social-wise, you guys. So mea culpa, I'm sorry about that. But I am catching back up. I am getting the little tidbits out as I can. And next week will be so much better, I promise. But yes, totally follow me there. Follow me on Instagram. I do stories pretty frequently. Melissa likes to show me usually the most inopportune moments of me enjoying something. And when I'm like bouncing up and down, I'm excited to run into the crystal shop, or me holding a meteorite that is older than the planet and freaking out a little bit about it. That's what she shows me. So I have to show those because they're funny and I like to make people laugh. So it works out well. Oh, thank you everybody on wishing me a happy anniversary. I so appreciate it. You guys are all super sweet. Oh, Crystal, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, let's go ahead and pick another question. Nicole, can you tell if I'll be in a relationship soon? Okay, let's do, I like to do that in context because if we say we're going to be in a relationship soon, let's put a boundary on that. Are we going to be in a relationship in the next, let's say 3 months? Because that to me is quick. Huh? Oh, she's juicing and stirring up her juice because all the plant matter likes to float, or not float to the bottom. That doesn't make sense. Sink to the bottom, and then you have like, anyway, it's weird. We juice in this house. We barely eat, we juice. And then when we do eat, it's usually plant-based, or it's in the car and I'm gushing over my mango slices, which I will be sharing that video later. Trust me. Y'all be laughing at me, I promise. Okay, so Miss Nicole, will you be in a relationship within the next 3 months? That's what I want to know. 3 months. 1, 2. Ooh, I think you have someone lingering in the works. Ooh, you have to tell me all about it. Like who's hanging out with you or who's hanging around. Okay, my dear. So I have the Six of Pentacles. No, King of Pentacles. I also have the Two of Wands. So that's you being very scanning the horizons for your person. That's how I feel that card. And this one is the Nine of Cups. So he's very much in his dreaming up his her. There, we're going to use her. She's very dreaming up her person, her ideal, her magic. She's dreaming up her magic. I love that. 3 months. 3 months seems pretty short and pretty short notice. I think they're around, but not quite here. So I think 3 months is probably a little bit short, but I think you are doing the mental work to get yourself prepared and get yourself ready for that person to show up shortly thereafter. So if you are working on yourself, if you're working on your brain space, you're working on being very in your queen, those are all the things that you're going to need to be in a functional relationship that's based on like you giving and they giving instead of him taking or her taking. So it's that balancing act, my dears. So maybe not 3 months, but I'm certain it's soon. It's soon. So keep your eyes out. Where'd it go? Scan, my dear, scan. Look for it. It is on its way. It is on its way. Chantel, hi, you're back. General reading would be greatly appreciated right now, and thank you. Miss Chantel, it's going to be pretty light, my dear, since we just read for you. So let's see. What is in the cards for you, my dear? What's in the cards for you? Ooh. Let's see. Ooh, I have an idea. First, oops, it decided it's going to do its own thing. So I got one card that fell out. Let me go ahead and pull a couple more. 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So just thinking a little bit off the top, my dear. Oh, you're very welcome, Nicole. Thanks so much. So we have the 10 of Cups reversed for you. I also have the Fool and the King of Swords reversed. So it seems like you're very much in this this head game with yourself. It kind of feels a little bit different than when you and I had just talked last. So it seems to be like you have this idea, you have these thoughts, but you're second guessing yourself, or you're second guessing the plan. You think you know what you want, but then now you're not so sure. So, that would be something that I would love to talk to you a little bit more about as to like what is, maybe I'm just going to pull cards for it. I'm just going to see what's going to show up. Why are you in this back and forth? Why are you in this not trusting yourself or trusting what you want? That let's see what shows up. Let's see what shows up. So that one showed. This one. What else? Oh, here we go. So, okay. Gotcha. So 2 out of the 3 cards I understand. This one I'm not quite 100% sure on. So maybe it'll make sense here in just a moment. But in addition, I have the Outsider for you and Integration. So to me, that feels like you're spending a lot of time comparing yourself to others and what you think you want your life to be based on like the stories, like seeing your family and your friends do these things. And you're wanting to kind of keep up with the Joneses, essentially, not necessarily in stuff, but in career and path and in direction and focus, but you're not getting very far. You're not at all. So I'm wondering why. Why? Another three cards. Another three cards. Why are we doing this? Why is Miss Chantel? Oops. Let's go right at the top. 2. Okay. So the cards that also came out for you, my dear, was the Empress, along with the 3 of Cups reversed, and then the 5 of Cups reversed. So what that is telling me again is this big comparing. This big comparing bit is kind of what I'm pulling out of this. It's like you have a lot in you already. The Empress is she's usually pregnant in these cards. So that to me is about like the starts and the new and the development and the nurtured and the it's like the seed of things, you know, the start, the beginning of new little projects and ideas. But they're not the projects and ideas I think that either your family wants for you or even you want for you. Like you're still trying to figure this out, but you're losing track of something. So I'm wondering if you're also just not paying attention to the things that you do have and focusing on the things that you don't. So if you're focused on the stuff that you do not have and you're comparing yourself with the Joneses and you're doing this to yourself, hun. Like this is I don't know if this is I'm trying not to be crass or too like rude because I don't want to be a brat. But it all seems like stuff that you're doing to yourself. And I wonder if you even know that. If you know that like this merry-go-round is self-inflicted, like you can get off. Often it's just wondering how and figuring out how to get off that comparing streak. Or like my first thought was sometimes I used to spend a lot of time looking at Instagram or Facebook when I was younger and wanting to be like the people that I saw. So doing a lot of comparing myself to like my friends who were getting married, the friends that were in relationships, the friends that were, oh gosh, that looked like they were having the grand old time. And I had to get to a point where I actually cut off my access to these things that was causing me this cycle, this chaos, because it seemed like it was being seeded by my apparent neurotic behavior of seeing things that caused me stress. So, oh, you're 100% right on sabotaging myself. I just don't know how to break it. You might want to first, let's start off with finding the tools that you're using to sabotage yourself or to keep yourself in that chaos and that storm, and then stop that. Like, so if it's Instagram, take it off your phone. Take it off your phone. We don't need a Facebook. You know, Facebook would like to think you do, but we don't actually need it. Like whatever tool it is that you are using that is getting you obsessively watching others, if it's YouTube or if it's your magazines, like whatever that tool is, start getting rid of it and see what you can do to start bringing in anything that's uplifting and a little bit more empowering for you to be exactly who you are, exactly as you are right now. Because Chantel is perfect exactly as she is right at this second. Any change that you want to make is perfectly fine so long as you're the one that wants to make it from a place of well-being and a place of I'm good as I am. I would like this improvement. I would like this subtle difference. Not like I'm a terrible human and for anyone to love me, I have to weigh 16 pounds less. I don't want that for you at all, my dear. So I guess for you is like find out what those tools are or be aware, watch, look at your environment, whatever those tools are that you're using to jab yourself in the ear, stop it. Stop that. But yeah, you and I might have to talk again on that, and I'll keep that in the back of my thought on some ways to get off that merry-go-round, because I don't want you to keep self-sabotaging yourself, my dear. Thank you so much for your question. You guys, you can find me on Etsy. Did y'all know that I do tarot readings via email? So I do this face-to-face. I do take appointments for email tarot readings most evenings. So that is very easy to find via my appointment scheduler on Facebook. You can also find me on Etsy. Hi, Victor. Thanks so much for coming in. You can find me on Etsy and purchase maybe a card-specific reading or a question-specific reading. And also, I have a little bit of, you want to hit the housekeeping one for me? I have something that I'm doing because, oh my God, like in what, a week? It's like almost a week. Halloween, Halloween. Halloween is right around the corner. October is next door. So you guys, I want to get on the bandwagon too. I want to play. So I'm creating some services to help also kind of participate and to play in the whole October Halloween theme. Because, I mean, we read cards. Hello, darling. So what I'm doing is a little bit different. I am creating a series of spreads that are going to be listed on Etsy as services. And each of these spreads are going to be based on the characters from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I have a spread based on Jack. I have a spread based on Sally. I have a spread based on Oogie Boogie. I also have one on the triplets, the Lock, Shock, and Barrel. I have them. I'm going to have some spreads on conflict between Santa and Oogie Boogie. And I also have another one that's going to be romance-based between Jack and Sally. So there'll be others that are, will be supportive in theme. So it's like Zero. Zero was his sidekick. So I really want to figure out a way to incorporate him so that he gets his own little spread and some theme there too. But yeah, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to share and to show. So I'll be posting it. When I post it live on Etsy, I will then also post it to my Facebook as a notification. So if you've liked and if you followed Facebook, you'll be getting that notification when it goes live, so that maybe you can get your Lock, Shock, and Barrel reading on problem solving or Boogie, and you can look at some of your shadow work and some of your fears, since, you know, he is that creepy crawly thing that goes bump in the night. But yeah, I look forward to sharing that with you guys. Oh, much. I'm so excited. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and pick our next question. MJ has a question? Ask. Oh, got it. MJ, I hear you have a question, my dear. Will you go ahead and tell me what your question is so that I can go ahead and give you that reading? Because I know you've chimed in before. I definitely want to make sure I get you taken care of, my dear. But yeah, we'll go ahead and progress, and then Melissa will keep an eye out for your question. So when it comes in, we'll see it. Let's see. All right, Miss Christina Alvarez. I know an Alvarez. Hello, I'd like to know if Ivan and I will be together physically for the holidays and start a family this year. Ooh, that sounds mischievous. Let's see, Ivan and you. Let's start with that part and see where it leads to for the second, because doing two questions at once and when reading can get a little muddied. Let's see. Will you and Ivan be together for the holidays? Will we be in each other's presence? Will you and Ivan be together for the holidays? 1, 2, 3. Let's just do a quick yes or no. 2. Okay, so what I have for you, my dear, I have the Death card upright. I also have the King of Cups reversed and the Ace of Cups upright. So you'll have to, I would love to know a little bit more about what's going on between you and Ivan, but it seems like from what I'm seeing, a whole lot is going to change. There's going to be a big upheaval, a big shift in your dynamic that is going to have a whole ton of emotion attached to it. But it's that necessary evil. It's that that rug got pulled out because there's so much stuff underneath it, all that drama that you guys haven't dealt with or talked about. But it's going to eventually come back together. It is going to eventually come back and coalesce. So I think you guys will be together through the holiday or at the holidays, but it seems like there's a bit of a drama or a bit of a madness is kind of the word that I'm hearing about. There's a bit of madness going on with it right now. So I hope that you two are okay. But being that I have two reverse cards versus one upright, two upright cards versus one reverse card, I would say that you guys will be together for the holidays, but only after like some emotional stuff gets dealt with. So first love since 4th grade, and we have a long distance relationship. Okay. Huh. So that makes sense to me for the transition aspect of it. King of Cups. I don't get into, okay, so I really, really hope that you guys emotionally are okay, because it seems like there's turmoil. Like the King of Cups being reversed along with the Death card to me is that whole like disagreement about something. Like, yes, you have this connection, you have this community, you have this long distance relationship, but there's something else not making this connect. That's the hard part that I'm having a thing with. And it's maybe I'm just not supposed to know about it. That's your business, you guys. That's on you. To answer the question directly, though, I think there is going to be you two together for the holidays, but only after some upheaval. So if you guys have to get into an argument before you actually show up or something like that, that's the thing. That's the thing. So I think yes, but there's going to be a bump in the road. Starting a family. That's a good question. Starting a family. Huh. So there's lots of ways of starting a family. This card is interesting, so I'll show it to you in a moment. So I guess it just depends on what your meaning of starting a family is. If that means the obvious and procreating that way, then we can see. If it's is he bringing his 2 twins and or not, and you guys are starting a family that way, that's a whole other ball of wax. So I'm throwing cards. One more. Okay, let's do this easier. There we go. Huh. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is interestingly a little phallic. So if you can take that peek and run with it. I also have the, what's my number? 8 of Swords, along with the Page of Cups. So I kind of read those together as one card. And then your Ace of Cups showed up again. I think, at least as of right now, you guys look pretty golden on the whole getting together front. If it's going to be like a successful, like, why am I dancing around this? If y'all are going to be getting laid, then yes, obviously that's going to be happening. If you're going to get pregnant over Christmas, then I possibly. And the only reason I say possibly is because there's a little bit of like, if I would say birth control, but like if you have an IUD, take it out. If you're on birth control, don't be on it. Stuff to that nature. If there's a condom involved, don't use it. It's the stuff that binds you that you need to cut off. Legit, like, those are the things. But if if you're wondering if y'all two are gonna be going at it, honey, you got all of the things that tell me, yes, it'll be fine. You guys will be fine. All right, my dears. Thank you so much for that question. So Miss MJ Curtis, why am I single? My dear, that is the broadest question in creation. Let's actually just go right to it. Let's see what shows up for you. Why is MJ single? Why is MJ single? Why is MJ single? 1, 2, 3. Why is MJ single? I want to pull 2 more cards or 3 more cards. Why is MJ single? I wish you could see me down here. 1, 2, 3. So give me a moment. I'm cleaning up my little workspace. MJ, why are you single, my dear? 2. Okay. What I would say, so the cards that I have for you, and I will share them here in just a second. It seems like as of right now, there is a high level of intensity in your awareness of your singleness. That will keep you single, for one. But in addition, it seems like with that intensity, there's also, how do I describe that in relation to you being single? I feel like you're in your head too much about it, doll. You also have awareness and totality. And so for me, this is you getting back into a headspace, or you beginning to have like just the first inklings of fixing yourself, of getting back to being okay with yourself, taking care of your own mental demons, your own brain space, taking care of all of this. You're just starting. I think you need to give that a little bit more time before you rush or even worry about sharing that with someone else, because there's always going to be another person. There is always going to be available. I think I looked up the number. There's like 13.7 billion people on this planet. I guarantee you one of them is for you. Like, just a series of odds. One of them will be for you. Just right now, dealing with yourself, getting you into a good place, good space, getting your heart right, getting your head right, getting your finances put together, whatever it is that you need to do. You're focusing entirely too much on the fact that you are single and that your heart's been broken. So if you've recently been in a relationship and it ended poorly, and if you have not dealt with that, you have to deal with that before you bring in somebody else into the picture. If you do not, you're bringing that baggage over, and you're basically lighting that relationship on fire before it even had a chance to begin. So, hun, it's okay that you're single. Be okay with being single. If you can't get okay with being single, then any relationship you're going to walk into is going to be a train wreck. I hate saying it this way, so I'm going to try to like edit myself before it comes out. I want you to heal yourself first before you get into another relationship. When you can, what was it? The movie I used to watch all the time, 21 Days, with like Sandra Bullock and a few other wonderful actors. One of the lines in there was talking about how after you've gotten out of recovery, you have a plant. And if you can keep that plant alive for a year, then you get a dog. And then if you can keep that dog and the plant alive for the next year, then you can consider getting into a relationship, because you've developed the skills and the processes to maintain life, for one, without killing it or smothering it or kneading it to death. And you can start the processes of having like an actual functional adult, non-needy, not I exchange, not I love you, I exchange you. Like, I will love you only under these circumstances. Like, those aren't relationships, those are transactions. So once you've gotten those baseline skills, you will be able to have a better relationship. So right now, just be okay with being single, honey. You're free, you got no limitations. There's nobody, there's no questions, there's nothing going on for you. So that's relish in it for now, and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I want to leave it at that. If you need any deeper work on it, honey, let me know. You and I can work together. I have time in the schedule, so feel free to reach out to me if you'd like some deeper work on why you're single, what you can do to start kind of mending those fences. But yeah, I'll go ahead and take another question. Priscilla. Hi. Sorry, that was so high pitched. Oh my God. I would love a general reading on career and love. Thinking of going into real estate, not sure. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick one, my dear, because we got about 15 minutes. Let's see. Let's see what your love. No, love. Yeah, let's do love. Let's see what your love life is looking like at the moment. What is Priscilla's love life looking like? I feel like using multiple cards.
Oh, like career and love thinking.
So with misunderstood, hold on. Please hold. General reading on career and love thinking of. Okay, so maybe I need some clarity, my dear. I see your question about career, so full stop, and then love, question mark. So that would be the part that are we looking into career, or would you love to da-da-da-da-da, you know? Like, so is it career and love, or career and you would love to something? So yeah, I think I need a tiny bit of clarity on that. So I'm gonna keep shuffling and see if we can get your question to come in. Miss Priscilla. Actually, that was a terrible key. Don't listen to that one. 2 questions. Perfect. Okay. So you're fine, my dear. You're fine. Let's do the love one. I find those more chewy. And we'll see where we're at with it. So let's do a general. I don't know. Like, I just like seeing what's there. And then whatever question comes up kind of thing. Career, then love. Good. I'm glad we got it. All right. Career, then love. Love. Where's Miss Priscilla's love life at? 1, 2, 3. All right, Priscilla's love life. Okay. I have, to start you off, my dear, I have the 3 of Pentacles with the 8 of Wands. In addition, I have the King of Swords. So what I'm seeing first off for you is that you don't have much of a love life right now. It seems like you're more focused on your work, education, home space, headspace, those kind of things. So that's definitely more of like, at the moment. Let me pull some more for you. I see that you've kind of padded the nest a bit. It seems like you're preparing, or you've padded the nest. You're prepared for things to come. You've prepared for the person to arrive. You're getting back to that good space where making or having a relationship or having those more solid, more firm connections actually makes sense. Let's see what else. I'm gonna pull a different set. What does she need to do about her love life? There we go. What do you need to do about your love life? Let's pull random. Whoops. Off the top. Okay. So, my dear, I have for you the Creator. In addition, I have the Mind. And this last one is Guidance. So, if you are questioning and concerned or worried about what is going on for your love life, like keep a rested space or a rested place to it. You're creating things as you speak. Like these 2 cards going together. This is all about manifestations and abundance, and then this card kind of landing on top of it to me is very auspicious, because it's like you're doing exactly what you need to do. You've made those plans. You've kind of talked your to-do list in essence. Like, for instance, if you literally wrote down on paper every quality, everything that you know that you need or you want in your relationship, I would say that list, you've made it, you've put it up on the wall, there it is, you're working on it. Now you just got to stop thinking about it so it actually can come to you, because it feels like, and it looks like from what I'm being shown, this person or this, they are being brought to you. Like, you're doing all the work that you need to do. Things are lining up in just the way that they need to, that they're coming. It's coming. It's in its own time, and just let it relax a bit, hun. You don't have to be all in your head wondering or worrying or scanning the horizon for him, because it's on its way. It's on its way. So let yourself rest and sit in that goodness of that balance that you found, of that perfect little that perfect little storm. It's that perfect space that you've made for yourself. You've gotten it right already, honey. Just let it do its thing. It's already on the way. So all those, the very general, very high level. But yeah, let's keep one more question. We've got 10 minutes. I want to make sure I get to as many people as I can. Victor. Oh, thank you so much for your patience, hon. Am I going to get my rights as a father in court soon? Ooh, okay. So, Hun Bunch, that is probably the only question that I'm going to be very leery on. I'm going to kind of just throw the cards and then give no stop to it, because that when it comes to the legal ones, those are two. That's the only one that I'm a little cautious of. I'm a little bit nervous when it comes to the legal ones, because I would so hate for me to say yes, and then you come back like I lost my kids. You know how heartbroken I would be for you? So I'm gonna be brave. We're gonna be brave. We're gonna throw cards, but we're just gonna keep it very light, okay? We're gonna keep it light. I know it's a serious situation though, so I don't know how light you can actually keep it, but we'll still go. All right. Let's do yes or no. Victor. Rights as a father. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, sir. I have the I have the 9 of Cups. I also have the King of Wands. I also have the Page of Cups. So with all upright cards, to me, that feels like a really good outlook. The Queen of Cups also fell out. So I'm Queen of Pence. Queen of Pence also fell out. So I feel confident from what I'm seeing, or comfortable. Let's say comfortable. I feel comfortable in the probability that it does look like you're going to have a favorable response of some sort in this scenario. I don't know if it's going to land exactly the way you want it to. I don't see why it wouldn't. Everything looks pretty like upbeat and kind of good. Makes me think it's about, you know, a young man, a boy, or maybe just like your super high energy about it. I want to keep these fingers crossed for you, because I really want that to be a good thing for you. So I'm keeping it light. I'm not going to dig too much deeper into that, because again, when it comes to those legals, those are the only ones that I'm just like, maybe not. But it looks good, sir. Looks good. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate your patience on that. We've got about 8 minutes. Do we have anybody else?
Say hi to Kylie from Australia. Hi.
Kylie, all the way from Australia. What area are you from? I would so love to know. I love that you're from Australia. I have such an affinity for that area right now. Erin, is the person I'm talking to going to become a relationship, or will we just be friends? All right, let's dig into that. Oops. Will this get serious or not? Oop. Okay. Will this get serious or not? This relationship, Erin, will this relationship get serious? 1. There we go. Erin. 2. Ooh, 3. All right, my dear. The Fool. How fun is that? Along with Temperance and 10 of Pentacles. So what I would say for that one is that it does look like it's going to have the ability to take the traction that you're looking for. It looks like you guys are you're not being super like heavy about it. You're not being super pressure. That's the word I was looking for. You're not putting a whole lot of pressure on this. And I think that is actually what's in this relationship's best interest, but you're seeking balance. So I appreciate the level to it that you guys got going on. But I do think that you guys are going to land in a cozy, taking those next steps, taking that next direction. So this is very much like a family card. So I think you guys are you're doing the natural progressions as they are supposed to happen in regards to this relationship. So I think this will end up just fine for you. my dears. Okay.
Quick session.
Super quick, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. I recently just applied to a better job with better pay. Will I get it? Those are fun. Oh, I hope so. We always want those. Okay. Oh my gosh, I was pulling so many cards on that when I was doing my big mass job hunt some months ago. And I was right on all of mine. Disappointingly so. It was a little annoying. But anyway, that's just my experience. All right. Are you going to get the job that you applied for? All right.
Aaron,
Queen.
thank you.
Who?
Aaron, the one you just said, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, Erin. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's always fun. Queen, are you going to get the job? So I have the 5 of Wands reversed. I also have the Knight of Cups reversed. I have the Chariot reversed. So my dear, with 3 reverse cards, I'm going to say that it's not likely you're going to get this particular role. And it seems like there's a discontinuity, like foundationally, with why you're not going to get the role. So I don't know if it's something about like a background check that doesn't land right, something like that. But it's something that you don't really have a whole lot of control of that's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if it's even necessarily your fault, but it's with all 3 of them being reversed, it feels like it's not necessarily going to be. I don't think you're going to be getting that one. Fun bunch. The Chariot, though, is an interesting card because usually that card shows up for me when there's an alternative direction that shows up. So even though it's not this, there is others and there is more. And then there's that momentum. So even if this one doesn't pan out for you, you have to try. And it's so hard. I know firsthand it's so hard. But if there's any way to try to keep that high energy or keep in that high energy so that you can find the next position, so that you can apply to the next location or bring your A game even to this interview or to this position, even if it doesn't land right, that's what's going to be beneficial for you in moving forward and making sure that you do actually get the job and the role that you're looking for. So I hope that you still have some good luck or good success. Now, we don't do luck. We do success. I hope you have lots of success with finding a better job that has more pay and figuring out your path and your methods to get there. So you guys, I have 3 minutes. I can probably pull let's do one card pull. Just pick one and we'll see what shows up.
Did you ask Cassandra what the question was?
Sandra, if you can get me your question in 3 minutes, I will pull one card for it. Cassandra, my apologies, Cassandra. All right, so Melissa is pulling someone and I'm shuffling away. What do you say for my love life? Okay, one card for a love life reading. That's got to be a lot. That's quite all right. Let's pull one card for a love life. All right, my dear, I have the 4 of Wands. So love life-wise, I would say you just got out of a situation or you just got liberated from your last party, your last shindig. So it feels like right now you're in that freedom stage. So I would relish in that, feel that feeling of just escaping almost and take that high life and that high energy and keep flying, my dear. That's a phoenix. Can you see it? Oh my gosh. Anyway, do one more.
Yeah,
Cassandra, love life update. Let's pull another card.
Love.
What we love around here. We do. One card love. All right. You also have a Chariot. Look at that guy. That to me that screams options. Like you have direction, you have yes, you have flow. You have things. You have intensity. You have joy. You have drama. You have like if you were, oh gosh, I think of like those old school Fred Astaire, fating damsel type energy. Like it feels good. So just run with that momentum, my dear. Even if it's blind, look at that. He's blind, but happy. So it looks good. All right, Megan Miller. Will I be successful in my new job? All right, one card on it. One card on it. Ooh, top one. Okay, what is this? Page of Wands. So it looks like you'll be successful so long as you have the energy for it. Energy meaning like actual stamina. So mental game, physical game, if it's necessary. I don't know what kind of job you have, but keep up your stamina, and I think you can be successful in the job. One more. Shonda, oh, will my daughter forgive me? I hope so. Let's see. Let's pull one card. Oh, there we go. Will daughter forgive me? Ace of Swords. There we go. Swords reversed. I would say not in the way in which you think. And I only mean that because it's reversed, but the Ace of Wands is a very like high level, high energy card. So I think she'll probably hold a grudge, but she'll eventually realize it's not about you, it's about her and her reactions to you. But that's gonna take some growing up before that happens. So not in the way in which we think. It's 9 o'clock, you guys. I am leaving. I'm out. I gotta go walk all this energy off. Otherwise, my house is gonna explode. Melissa's reminding me that you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Etsy. You can find me attached to my phone. You can find me almost anywhere. So you guys, there's the Etsy. You'll find me here next week, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, doing more free readings for you guys. So I love to leave me your feedback, what you thought of this little shindig, what you thought of your reading. If you have any additional insights, not questions, I'm not pulling more questions after this reading, but if you have like, oh, it'd be so cool if you did those 1-card readings super fast again, say that. More than fine with that. But you guys take care. Thanks so much. Mwah. Have a great rest of your week, you guys. Take care.